What's up, everybody? Welcome to In Love with Horror. I'm AJ.
And I'm Christy.
And y'all, let's talk about Imaginary. So it is the latest movie from Blumhouse. It's actually being distributed by Lionsgate Films. Directed by Jeff Wadlow, who did films like Fantasy Island, Truth or Dare.
The Curse of Bridge Hollow, which is a Netflix movie, which I liked. I liked that one a lot. So the latest film from Jeff Wadlow, the lead in this was DeWanda Weiss. And then the other actors and actresses' names, Tegan Burns, the little girl character played by, what is that, Piper Braun? I can't see it super good, Piper Braun. But yeah, so let's talk about this. Yeah. In a non-spoiler way. Right.
Which I felt gonna be a little tough, but what were your thoughts on Imaginary?
Like I said to you, I went into this movie with very low expectations. Mm-hmm. After Night Swim, I just expected this to also be like a not good movie. Yep. So I don't know if it was because of that, but I mean, there were some good parts about the movie. Yeah,
I didn't even read the description of the synopsis of the movie.
Oh,
I don't know if you want to add that in. I pulled it up right here.
But I feel like most people have heard about the movie, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just in case you haven't heard of Imaginary, the actual synopsis for the film reads, a woman returns to her childhood home to discover that the imaginary friend she left behind is very real and unhappy that she abandoned him.
Yes.
That's the premise.
That is the premise.
Yep.
But yeah, so like I said, I had low expectations. Mm-hmm. I feel like Blumhouse has taken the element of surprise away. Like all of their marketing, the trailers, I feel like you kind of got a glimpse at most of the scares.
Yeah, it's pretty typical. Yeah.
But the story itself had a lot of twists and turns that I felt like I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to go one way initially. Obviously, once the movie starts going, you're like, okay. But going into it, I didn't expect it to go the way it went. Yeah. So I feel like I had some of those elements of surprise. Yeah. And I liked Piper Braun's performance. Like, she was like funny.
Yeah. Well,
it was
funny, but obviously not intending to be.
I know. It's funny because like
some great quotables. Yeah.
There were parts where we were laughing, and obviously it's just laughing at the hilarity of it, like the audacity of you guys to make this happen in this movie. I don't know. It was just funny. Yeah. It's made for people who are like teen. To me, it's made for teens. Like it's a teen YA type of horror movie. It's not made for people like you, for example, who like when you like your horror to be like frightening or disturbing or scary or whatever. I feel like there's a pocket of people that this movie is for, and I think it fits that. So those were overall thoughts.
Yeah, I was letting you go. I know, everything out.
Wait, because I do have a couple negatives. Can I share those? Then I'll let you go because I feel like you're gonna be for a while. So let me just get my negatives out.
Be a while, yeah.
My negatives, number one, is DeWanda Wise's hair. I don't know who was in the hair team.
Yeah,
y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, that hair and wardrobe
to have this black woman on this film looking like she's in a Tyler Perry movie from 1998.
Did her dirty.
Yes, I am appalled. Like that wig was atrocious.
Yes. Okay. I couldn't even stop staring at it.
There was a lot of points where I was like, "What?" I was like talking to you. And I was like, "What did she done? They got her in this wig." It was terrible. You should be ashamed.
100%.
Okay, number two, the little girl. She was funny. Yeah, I feel like she was really trying to sell it. Like she was over the top,
super hard to sell.
Over the top.
And you see you see some of the moments in the trailer. Like,
true.
The moment in the trailer, we can't be friends anymore, Chauncey. That shit in the movie.
It was really funny.
Was so like she was in it 110%.
She was 110. Like, she gave her all.
Was hilarious.
We came home saying that like multiple times.
Could stop. Yeah, because it was just so
it's
funny.
Set with this. Yeah.
But she gave it her all. So
definitely
props to Piper. She was doing her thing.
She did. Yeah. And then I really liked the make believe world or whatever, the imaginary world. and you would get glimpses of that in the trailer. I liked that. I liked the look of it. It kind of reminded, like I told you, it reminded me of Hellraiser. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And I really like Hellraiser. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna let you go because I feel like you got a lot to say. Because you're looking at me like I can't wait to talk right now.
Look, grab your seat, sit down.
I'm gonna give me a pillow.
Let me get a close up real quick. Look, y'all come here, come in real close. Let me talk to y'all for a second. This movie is fucking terrible, y'all. Like,
not that bad.
No, listen, this movie is bad. Like, I'm talking about this movie is trash. I went in just like you, with low expectations. I'm talking about low. I set the bar low, y'all, because I already knew. I could tell from the trailers what this is kind of shaping up to be. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Blumhouse, who has been dropping shit on us for a while. You know what I'm saying? And this movie's just bad. Like, it's like, in some ways, it's almost so bad that it's funny. But we were laughing at some things, So in some areas, it's like that. But because it's not quite over that line to make it like a so bad it's good type of movie, it's just a terrible movie. The performances outside of Piper, which even sometimes honestly, hers is really rough.
I think that just has to do with the writing, because I've seen DeWanda Wise and she can perform. So I think it was just the writing.
Well, I think it's a combination of writing and then direction.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, so like it's on the director to direct the action that we're seeing on screen, right?
She was mustering some very emotional.
Yeah, but it was the way I don't know like how it was on set, but the whatever type of direction he was giving to the actors, like it just was not conveying properly, like on camera. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't look right. It didn't feel right. The editing didn't feel right. Like there were scenes in terms of like continuity when they were like, in your typical movie scene, right, where you have an over the shoulder view and they're going back and forth talking. And when the camera would edit to the different, like, positions of when the other character's talking, even that just didn't feel right. Like their placement, their head, like the continuity of the movie just felt weird. So I feel like from literally every point, everything was so poor. The only thing that I'll give it is that, like, we kind of get a glimpse of it in the trailer, like the creature design. It looks like it. I couldn't really tell, honestly. It looked like it might have had some practicalness to it. That was kind of cool. And you kind of mentioned that there was a fuck ton of twists for some reason. Like there was like they hit you with like twist after twist. But here's the problem.
Just trying to keep you
and
interested.
Like this is definitely the perfect example of someone at Blumhouse or whoever had this idea of like, it'd be good. Let's make a movie about like an imaginary friend, and it goes bad, right? And they try to build this whole movie around this concept.
Yeah.
In concept, it's a cool idea.
Right. Yeah.
But like the execution here is just so poor, literally on every single front. Like there's so much stuff that just does not make sense. Like just on a sheer like logicalness from a story perspective.
There's a lot of issues with that.
A ton of issues. And like the way the story flows, like it's like it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't like set things up to make sense. There will be like very emotional moments, right? That might be filled with anger or whatever that don't feel earned. And you're kind of like, at least for me, I was left wondering like, why is this person so mad? Like,
oh yes,
you know what I'm saying?
My god,
yeah, I'm like, I am lost.
That was
like
annoying,
right now,
actually.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know if a lot of shit was cut from this movie.
It's possible,
which is definitely possible, but a lot of stuff did not feel earned in setup, and it was just kind of thrown on screen.
Yeah,
a shit ton of exposition, like a crazy amount.
That was like the biggest thing.
Yeah,
like
I ain't never seen a movie that explained what it has going on to this degree. We won't really dive into who is doing it, just to save some of the, the people who want to see this, to save you from spoilers and stuff like that. But just know there's a shit ton of exposition. They just dump it on you. Yeah. A whole bunch of explanations, like I said, a whole bunch of twists that in some aspects feel clever. There's one main one.
Yeah, the main one. I was like that.
I didn't see that. But the movie's so fucking bad that you're like, damn, like cool concept, but this movie sucks so bad that like this payoff just doesn't even matter because everything else around it is just so shitty.
Yeah.
Like this movie is like we talked about Night Swim,
and I don't
at the
think
beginning
this
of the year.
one is worse than Night Swim.
I think this shit actually might be worse than Night Swim.
Night Swim is. I mean, what am I saying? I think this one is better than Night Swim.
I don't know. I feel like Night Swim was edited better, and I thought the performances were a little rough in Night Swim. I think the performances in this are rougher. Personally.
I don't know.
Like some of that stuff came off so weird. I feel like you being super nice about it because there's so many times you looked at me in the theater after they did deliberate lines. You just looked at me like this, and I'm like, I said
the writing was bad. And it's funny because a lot of the stuff in this movie came from other Blumhouse movies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like
they borrow from every Blumhouse thing.
Yeah, they really did.
They borrow. It was like, oh yeah, that part in the seas. Yeah, okay, let's take that part. Let's put that shit in there. We got doors and shit. Let's put that from Insidious.
Okay, you're spoiling stuff.
What? I didn't go into details.
Okay, well, anyways.
Yeah, I didn't go into details. But
we weren't supposed to have a spoiler discussion, but I feel like you need one because you have so much to say about it for some reason.
Oh, we definitely might need to have a spoiler discussion about this. But look, man, let me talk to y'all, man. Look, Blumhouse, like, people be like, oh, like stuff is a shell of its former self. At this point, like Blumhouse isn't even a fucking shell. Like it is. I don't even know what to call it at this point, but they just are putting out just absolute trash. Like, and it's scary because, they did that merger earlier this year and they talked about producing even more horror movies. And I'm like, man, if this is the shit we are getting, like, it's just all bad for horror. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get what you're trying to say. Like, oh, this movie, is good for like teens or like I feel beginner horrors.
It fits a certain demographic.
But see, here's my thing though. You could have a good movie and it still be like targeted at either younger people. Yeah. Or, like you could still have a good movie, like the teen horror, type of movie. Like, oh, it's just for a younger audience, younger generation. Nah, like, no. You can have a good movie and it still be like the YA horror or the beginner horror. We just did a beginner horror video.
We did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this kind of fits in that window of like beginner horror style movie, but it's terrible. It sucks. Like, I feel like I want to do like a whole Blumhouse rant video.
You need one. I think you need one.
I was gonna say it's my honest recommendation. Like, this movie is a wait till it's on streaming type of movie. Like, most of the time I'll say, like, oh, well, hey, look, you might like this shit. Go to the movies, go check it out.
Yeah.
But like, I honestly believe that this is a wait till it's on streaming.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
I probably agree with that.
Just laughably bad. Even the people that were next to us, like, even they were just kind of like, I could hear it in the chuckles and stuff they made. Even in the movie end, it was kind of like, like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Yeah.
Like, this was the movie.
I kind of compared it to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Man, Five Nights at Freddy's is better than this.
Well, no. Yeah, it's a better movie. I'm just saying 100%. It's like the kind of like aesthetic, I guess, or the style or vibe is very similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, you got that demographic of people that this is made for. You know what I'm saying? It's
like, oh, it's made for that kind of Five Nights at Freddy's demographic. Right. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of like in that vein. But man, Five Nights at Freddy's, this shit makes Five Nights at Freddy's look like a goddamn, like, this shit, like the Dune of horror. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
my gosh. Like, anyways.
Save your money. Don't go watch this shit this weekend. If you haven't seen Dune Part 2 yet, it's not a horror movie, but go watch that shit instead of this. I promise you, if you haven't seen it, you'll be glad you did it, because this shit is just like garbage, dumpster fire, like, this is the type of shit you wipe your ass with.
Baby,
you know what I'm
it's not
like,
that bad.
It's that bad. But why are you trying to
okay, I'm a general moviegoer. You are a much more like critical person. From a general moviegoer, this is not that bad. But I agree. I would not spend, like, if your tickets are how much our tickets are, which is like about $13.50, I think, or something like that. Yeah. I would save my $13.50 and wait for it to come out on probably
it's gonna be on Peacock or something. Yeah, that shit on Peacock. Promise you, because like, I can't even see how somebody would like this. Like, I'm sitting there watching. I'm just like,
I think it's not that bad.
I can't. I don't know how you think that though.
It's okay.
Let's
wrap it up. This is a non-spoiler review, and you just keep on going.
Well, I'm trying to really look. I'm trying to convey to y'all. Listen to me. I'm trying to convey to y'all just how bad this is. I really want y'all to be wise and give y'all. I know y'all cherish your money. You got limited time and money. Trust me. I know. So I'm trying to tell y'all. Recommend. This shit ain't the one. It's not the one you want to go watch and spend your money on. Wait till it's on Peacock or whatever later on. I promise you, because you're gonna watch this shit and be like, "How the fuck I come to the theater and spend my money on this?" I'm trying to give y'all an informed decision to be like, going at your own risk. You've been warned. It's like that. Like the caution tape is there.
Yeah.
Like you've been warned. Like go watch Dune Part 2. Final thoughts. Like did you want to give us a rating?
You're not gonna like my rating.
What is your rating?
I would give it like 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I would.
You give this 2.5?
Because I'm telling you, the main twist, I liked that twist because I actually didn't see that one coming. And then the second twist, I saw coming, but then I was like, oh, maybe I redacted my thought because it kept kind of going. But I think the way they did it was still cool.
Yeah.
And Piper, I liked Piper a lot. This was cool.
Definitely some good quotes. That main one from the trailers.
Okay.
Ultimate.
Good quotes.
That shit was hilarious.
I like the little Chauncey tune. That little tune was pretty
from the
fire.
trailer. Yeah, a little melody. Yeah, it is a good melody. I do like a melody.
It is a good melody.
So that's your criteria. You're giving it 2.5. That's crazy, right?
Yes. And I like the way that the world looked, I told you. Like the way that was built and created, I thought that looked really cool.
Okay. All right, well.
Obviously, we're going to meet in the middle.
It's your rating, you know what I'm saying?
It's mine, right? 2.5 for me. Yeah. What's yours?
I'm
1?
giving it a 1.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say 1.
This is a 1. Like, I have no desire to
Not even a 1.5?
No. That's a 1. And I have no desire to ever watch this ever again.
Okay.
Like, it'd literally be a waste of my time. I think I will watch this
again.
Blumhouse, it's like they don't even do scary no more. Remember how scary shit used to be? Remember when Insidious first came out?
Yeah.
How scary that shit was?
It was super scary.
That Blumhouse is gone. They are long gone.
Maybe it's just there's not enough good people out there. I mean, it is. There's some good directors.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. Let me tell them one more thing.
Go ahead, baby.
Listen,
the floor is yours.
If y'all have aspirations to go and be a horror writer, director, it's kind of like how you felt after watching that. What's that skeleton movie? You know what I'm talking about? The one with
no idea what you're talking about.
The one with Terrence Howard in there.
Oh, Skeletons in the Closet.
Yeah, it's like that, right?
That was a trash movie. Y'all go watch that movie because that was some bullshit right there.
If y'all got aspirations to be a horror writer director, Imaginary is a major release film. If they can make this shit, I promise you can do it. Because this, like, I'm watching this shit, I'm like, wow, I can't even believe that this came from like a major release studio with how poor this shit is. And it came theaters. I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, maybe you and I could really write a movie and go do some shit if this is the type of shit they putting out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe it. So look, don't give up on your dreams because, hey, if they can make Imaginary, you could probably fucking make it. So that's the last little bit I'm going to say. Like I said, 1-star rating for me. This is just, we have to average out our ratings to see what it come to. But this is just, my expectations are on the fucking floor and they went through it. They went to the goddamn basement with this shit. Like, or the earth core, whatever. You remember the core?
Yes, I did like that movie. That was a good one.
That's a good one. I like that one. But yeah, this shit's bad, y'all. But look, this was a non-spoiler review. Hey, let us know down in the comments if you want us to do a spoiler-filled discussion because I feel like this would be kind of a funny,
let us know.
A funny discussion.
Let AJ know because he really want to.
I'm gonna go ham on this shit. Like, this is just the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So let us know if you want to see a spoiler-filled discussion. If you have seen the film, drop down in the comments whether you liked it or not. Maybe you're on Christy's side and you're like, oh, it actually wasn't that bad. Maybe on my side and you're like, wow, Blumhouse is just, they are just a shell of what they used to be. Let us know your thoughts on Imaginary in the comments below. And now I can't even look forward to Blumhouse shit no more. I mean, I don't even know why I did in the first place, but But hey, look, thank y'all so much for tuning in to this non-solo
Yes,
review.
thank
Hopefully
you.
y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it again, comment, and y'all subscribe to In Love with Horror so you can join in on discussion of all things horror. And until next time, peace.